Hello friends, welcome to another session of video tutorial on TestNG. In today's session, we are going to cover data provider annotation. Please subscribe, like, share, comment the videos on this channel. If you have any training inquiries, please contact me at TechTrainerRaj@gmail.com. Okay, let us see what data provider annotation is. Using TestNG, we can provide the data to a test method using data provider annotation. That means data provider annotation feeds the data to a test method. The annotated method must return an object array, which is a two-dimensional array, where each object array can be assigned the parameter list of the test method. So that means whatever the method which has got at a data provider annotation, that must return a two-dimensional array of object. Whatever the number of object arrays which this data provider returns, the same number of parameter lists should be provided in the test method. So this will be very clear when I use an example. The at test method that wants to receive the data from this data provider needs to use a data provider name equals to the name of this annotation. At data provider annotation takes a parameter called name, that is the value of the name parameter must be same as the data provider value for the test method. So this will also be very clear when I take an example. If the data provider name is not supplied, the name of this data provider will automatically be set to the name of the method. That means if the data provider doesn't have any name associated with it, then by default it takes the name of the method. Let us flip over to Eclipse now to see an example. Here I'm going to use the TestNG demo which we have used in the earlier video. Please watch this video, TestNG tutorial beginners part 1, before proceeding with this video, because I'll be making use of the demo project which I have created earlier. Okay, so the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a package here. Right click on source main Java, go to new package. Okay, the package I'm going to call it as edu.RajTech-Trainer data provider. Okay, in this package I'm going to create a new class. Right click on that package, go to new, select class. I'm going to call this as data provider example. Okay, since I'm going to use TestNG, I'm not going to enable this main method. Click on finish. Okay, after creating this class, I need to create two methods. One is providing the data and the other one is receiving the data. Okay, public void provide data. Okay, and the second one is public void receive data. The first one I'm going to have annotation as at data provider annotation as we said, we can provide a parameter to this data provider, which is name equals to simple data provider. The second method we'll use at test annotation. Okay, I'm going to import this. Okay, so far we have created two methods, one with a data provider annotation, the other one is with a test annotation. Okay, as we have seen, the method should always return an object array, which is two-dimensional object array, whichever is using data provider annotation. Okay, since this is the method which is using data provider annotation, this must return an object array, which is two-dimensional object array. Okay, now for test we can provide a data provider parameter which will be same as, the name will be same as the data provider name, which is simple data provider. Okay, the next thing is the at test method that wants to receive the data from data provider needs to use a data provider name equals to the name of this annotation. So that is what we have done so far. That means the name of the data provider annotation is same as the data provider value for a test annotation. Okay. And the next thing is, it says where each object can be assigned to the parameter list of the test method. What I'm going to do here is, under provide data, I'm going to return a value which is new two-dimensional object array since this is a two-dimensional array. Okay, so this method provide data is returning an object array which contains two values, which is the trainer name and the course name. Okay, if we go back to the PowerPoint, it says where each object array can be assigned the parameter list of the test method. So here we are providing two parameters, which is the trainer name and the course name. The same needs to be passed in as a parameter. Okay, here it is, string trainer name, comma, string course name. Okay, the number of parameters must match with the number of returned object array. Okay, in this case I'm returning these two values here, and that will be fed to this particular test method. So in this I'm going to just print out the value, sys out. Okay, trainer name is as course name is Now this is our data provider example. Now right click on this and then run as TestNG test. As you can see from here, the data is being passed from this provide data and it is fed to this receive data, and the received data is trainer name is Raj Tech-Trainer and course name is Selenium. As I told earlier that the number of parameters must match. So if I provide another one here called start date, which is 10/10/2017. Okay, in this provide data I have added additional value. Now this is returning 3 parameters, but I am taking only 2 here. Okay, let us run and see what happens. You get the error here. It says data provider mismatch. Okay, so there is a mismatch in the number of parameters which the data provider is providing and the receiving test method. So if I add another parameter here, which is start date, I'll print the start date also. Okay, let us save this and rerun this example. Right click and test engine. Now this has passed. Whenever you pass a particular data from your data provider, you must ensure that the number of parameters which the test method is taking is what is being provided by the data provider. Otherwise, you will get a mismatch exception. Okay, this is how we can use data provider annotation in TestNG to provide a data to a test method. That is the end of today's session. Please stand by for more videos on this channel. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe the channel.